Hello, everyone. Welcome to C-Suite Talks, a podcast that takes you inside of some of the most interesting businesses and industries today. It explores career success and how we can make a difference. We invite you to join us on this journey. Welcome to C-Suite Talks. I'm Beth Bilbing.
And I'm Diane Gubin. So happy to have you. This week we are talking to Ida Starr, founder and CEO of Chip Financial, an innovative payment technology company. We're so excited to meet you and talk about this very innovative work that you're doing. You've got your team with us, and we're going to introduce them in a moment. But first, tell us about Chip Financial and the work you're doing and your vision.
We are redefining the payment processing where there's no long-term contracts, no monthly hidden fees, no application setups. So basically, we help our customers, and it's a customized product. Okay, and it's in the fintech space. So then we can power our services to these two others companies, and that's anywhere from a nonprofit to for-profit to all these different things. Because as we know, COVID-19, the world has changed, and people want to see savings. They want to see, hey, can I get my money right away? So that's who we are. We are coming up the ranks so we can, improve these services, especially for women and minority businesses, because sometimes they get left out. So we're here to provide those services, those goods and services to everyone.
A fantastic vision. So your team is with us today. Why don't we introduce them and then we'll get into the meat of this. So your team includes Rodney Haydix. Rodney, what do you do?
Hello. Rodney Haddix here. I'm the Business Development Manager here at Chip Financial.
Awesome. And next is James Starr.
Hello.
What do you do?
I am the VP of Operations here at Chip Financial.
And lastly, we have Jameson Welsh. And Jameson, tell us what you're doing.
Well, hello there. My name is Jameson Welsh, and I'm the Director of Strategic Planning for Chip Financial.
Great. Well, welcome.
Welcome. It's Ida and the boys here. Woohoo!
We love it. So, Ida, tell us how you came up with a vision for this company. How did you start this company? Because I know that you have a full-time position besides. So kick us off with your idea and how you ran with it.
Well, the idea was I was sitting around. I have a lot of friends who have small businesses, and the pandemic hit. And all of a sudden, a lot of them weren't able to deal with the credit card companies, or they have to pay fees and they weren't, they didn't have any money to do that. You can't pay for something when you're not open for business. And a lot of them had the same problems. And the other thing was I go to the nonprofit sites and I see that 7.3% of that money doesn't even go to the nonprofit. It goes to someone else. That's a problem because those are costs that have to be passed on to someone.
Right.
So what I did is I got my little scratch pad out and I was talking to James, and then James talked to Jameson, and Jameson talked to Rod, and we all came together collaboratively to say, hey, I think we can make a difference, because Jameson has people that are, who are in that space, and Rod has those people in those spaces. Okay, and especially James, because James began to see it too. So I said, hey, you guys, let's see what we can do to take this to the next level. So what it was is we always have to invest in ourselves. And I invested into Chip Financial, which made us stronger and it made us wiser. So we know which direction we want to go. We worked on developing things.
So have you actually launched the company?
The company is launched, but we're waiting for our complete rollout. James, when is the rollout exactly?
We're looking at the next 60 days of our rollout of some of our key flagship features that we're very excited about. Some industry-shaking stuff here. So yeah, in the next 60 to 90 days, give or take, depending on how things go at a certain point. But yeah, that's pretty much the time frame.
spoiler alert, you were going to tell us about these flagship services later, but now you just talked about it. So tell us, what are these?
I figured, we're on a podcast. People are listening to it on the way to work. Let's get to the point, right? So, essentially, Chip Financial is in a very good position to be able to usher in real-time payments. And that's a word that is being thrown around in the industry a lot right now, but very few have been able to actually do it. And one thing that makes one of our flagship services stand out from all the rest is our mobile-to-mobile technology. And this technology is something that, well, everybody already kind of uses every day. So a proof of concept, we've been past that. So I'll give you guys an example. Have you guys ever seen a commercial on TV that says, text Jim to 343434?
Yes.
And if you text that number, something happens, right?
Right.
Well, guess what? That's a part of our system. Everybody already knows what that is. They know it's through a legitimate channel. They know, okay, if I text this number, something's going to happen. Correct?
Well, what happens?
They pull all the money out of your wallet.
No. So that's for all. It's all for marketing for that particular functionality. But essentially, it's telling you that you can receive a short code of 3 to 4 numbers. So, for example, have you ever ordered food from an online provider?
Like Grubhub or whatever?
Yes. Sometimes you'll get a 4-digit text code from it's like 28253 or some random set of numbers like that. Well, that is actually a part of our payment processing. That's actually patent protected technology, right? That's been out there to being used. And what we've done is we've been able to extract that data from real-time users and say, wait a minute. So people are opening up text messages at an alarming rate. And if a client and or a business can reach out to somebody and say, hey, your bill's due or this is due, let's pay it. Now, that already sounds like it already exists, correct? You're like, yeah, my doctor would text me and say, hey, this bill's due, click this link and we'll go to this private portal and we'll get it paid, right? Well, guess what? That patent is also a part of our technology. So you guys have already been programmed to already open up a link or something of that nature. Well, with our platform, we remove the link and we are able to not only authenticate the user, the funds, and the availability of those funds in real time. So you can walk into any store, Sephora, hotel, doesn't matter, and be able to pay for those goods and services right there in real time in a secure manner. Our security protocols are I can't even find the right definition for it just because it's so advanced. We have government grade security protocols embedded into this to ensure that your 6-year-old isn't buying things off of their phone for text messaging and things like that. We've adopted some of the best security protocols that are now being adopted by some of the larger payment or larger credit card companies, which leads me to my next flagship model, which is our digital banking platform. This is something that is used for framework. We can process anything from, off of a mobile phone, right? We can do a payment through that. We can do the tap and go all in real time. If you have a fintech company and you guys need a model to generate revenue, we have subscription services that we're able to implement without any issues. This platform took some time to develop. It's been around for over 7 years. So this isn't something that, we just popped up overnight and thought about this. This took a lot of time, networking, and finding the right position to be in order to usher this in. And which is why creating a minority-owned merchant service company in the fintech space was a no-brainer for us, right? Ushering this into the right people who need it the most, which, as Ada was saying, nonprofits, those small businesses, but even taking it to a step further with the luxury brand lifestyle companies. Jameson can actually touch on some of our real-world examples that we're kind of playing with right now. Jameson, would you mind just kind of touching on some of that?
Oh, of course. So we are looking into several different industries. James mentioned one of them when it comes to resorts. So for instance, when you go to a hotel, I live in Las Vegas, so we have a bunch of hotels on the strip in the community. When you go to a hotel, you want to either order room service or you want to order something special, you have a tablet. And we all know in this era of COVID and all the health stuff going on, You really don't want to touch something that a bunch of other strangers have touched over the last 360 days. You really don't want to do that. So what we can do is we can say, hey, text, your room number to this number, and a menu comes out, or the actual amenities that you're looking for. It might be an extra robe, it might be extra towels, it may be programming on TV, it may be an attraction that casino is holding. But we'll have those type of capabilities with our technology and our platform. But we are looking for resorts, gaming, both e-gaming and also legalized gambling. We don't want to get into the illegal stuff. I know there's a lot of illegal stuff out there. We don't want that. We want the legalized DraftKings, FanDuel, MGM Gaming, all of those, as well as medical billing, also the cannabis industry as well. We know that there are some struggles there, but again, everything has to be upfront, has to be legitimized. It can't be anything that's borderline. But we're looking at a lot of different industries right now, but the main one is the nonprofits. That one is, we feel that we can make a big difference for a lot of different nonprofits out there.
Great. So, Ida, or Rodney, how do you engage with your company? If I'm a company and I see a little bit about you and I want to know more, what's the best path to do that? And then how do you start the education process with a company?
Normally, we get the emails. We get an email and we follow up on the email, and I'll start with an email and reach out to the customer or the potential customer to see exactly what their needs are. Let me see what your needs are, what we can do for you. We ask them to provide information to us, and they submit it to us on a secure portal.
Okay.
Because anytime we're dealing with people's personal information, they are just not lobbing that in an email to me. It's a secure place for them to upload this information so we can make sure we can go through it, we can ask questions. Sometimes if the customer has it, they can give it to us. Now, we've had instances when they can't provide us, we have a lot of small companies that are using other services, and the other services will not give them that documentation. So we have to kind of work with it a little bit, right, James? We have to kind of figure it out and piecemeal it together.
Yeah, so essentially, currently right now, all of the clients and services or all the clients that we're catering to are from a secure closed network within our personal realm. And right now, all of those people that we're working with, from major hotel groups to the little nonprofit up the street to the various all these other guys, these all have been done in a unique manner. So, for example, if we were to, I'll let the cat out of the bag now. When we release the email for C-suite members, you guys will have direct access to us to be able to discuss your guys' business needs in terms of your guys' payment ecosystem. What are you guys looking for? And actually having a conversation with you guys at a high level about, hey, listen, I'm stuck in this contract for this long. How do we get out of it? I need my money tomorrow. How can we actually make this a real deal thing? And then that's when we get on the phone with all of the decision makers. And at this level, that's the only way this actually gets accomplished, because we've come across many different things where clients have said, hey, man, we want our money now, but we're okay with the 3 to 4 day hold. We're okay. We don't want to kick over that that rock, and it's surprising to us.
I'm just laughing like any major bank does that. They hold it high. We're gonna work that float, right?
Exactly. And that's why we get kind of taken back sometimes. But that's why we're looking for those early adopters. And luckily for us, our network and being a part of you guys, we've hit the treasure trove of early adopters, because you guys are having a fintech company on here, and I've listened to all the podcasts, and you guys have an array of different people from lifestyle groups to all these different things where I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, so working with you guys and being able to open up this platform to you guys and actually have those high level conversations are going to be something that we're going to take very, very, very seriously and put them at the top of our priority list, because we've already been through the growing pains of a company, if that makes sense, right? We've come through a pandemic where we did not stop working. The day the mandate came down, we got on the phone and said, guys, we don't know if this is going to be 6 months or a year. Let's continue to move forward and let's get this done. And everybody kept their heads down, and we were like buffaloes in the snow. We just kept going and going and going. And
that's very straightforward.
Really? Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a good
Yeah, yeah,
analogy. Yeah, it's a good analogy.
yeah. Yeah, my grandfather was a Buffalo soldier, so a lot of these things still resonate
Okay.
today. So he would use that, and it was one of those things where we kept our head down, and truthfully, which might sound nuts, but we really got a year's worth of work done in 6 months. Do you know how crazy that is in
Yeah.
terms of a
Yeah.
startup and a pandemic?
Yeah, we got so much done too.
It really helps you do a lot of foundational work.
A
Yeah.
lot of infrastructure work. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you're doing these real-time payments. You're going after nonprofits. You're going after businesses. I heard you on that. And, you're up against some of the big boys. We won't name them, but there's some really major players in this fintech space. So let's talk about your competitive advantage. You think it's being nimble? You think it's this one-on-one conversations you're having with everyone? Talk to us.
I'm going to step in first. This is a year for women. This is a minority woman-owned company. What makes us different? What makes us different? Minority. Okay? So I got baby boomer and I got Gen X. We're mixing this all together in our pot. We're making ourselves a gumbo, and guess what? It's working. It's working. Okay? It's the year for women to hit this out of the park, and I know we will be very successful in doing that.
Woohoo!
It's a journey, and we're all taking it together, and it's so much fun.
Yes, all together. Okay, Rod, your turn.
Your turn, Rodney.
How do you top that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was perfect for Ida to mention that, but as she mentioned, one of the very few minority women-owned business, especially in the fintech space. You do not see that every day. We are breaking a barrier. We have a female vice president. I mean, like she said, it's the year of women. So here we go to take that right off the bat. That's what we got going for us. Our patents are, James mentioned some of those patents to you. It covers an array of bases. I mean, we've got them. You guys have seen them on a daily basis that you don't even know. So our patents are one of our greatest advantages, and then also the options that we do have. Our suite of products that we carry are vastly different than everyone else in this fintech game and in this fintech space. So we'll mention more of those later on, but those are our distinct advantages that we feel and our plug and play. The ability to just plug guys right in and start rolling right away. So these are some of our many advantages that we have, and I'll let Jameson cover the rest of those.
Okay, yeah, tell us about the suite of products and what are they exactly for the audience.
Yeah, so as well as the patent protected technology that I was mentioning, we're also able to keep our clients ahead of the competition. That's more of the whole situation. Whenever you're in business and you're providing a service, you want to be able to provide something that very few people have or no one else has. Like James mentioned with the mobile technology, and we'll be able to basically offer a feature that no one else can offer on our end as a wholesale process. So on both ends, for being user friendly. So when we offer these services, companies can offer user friendly solutions to their clients, as well as on the back end when it comes to accounting and doing business and reconciling anything. It's a lot more cleaner. You'll be able to get a lot more data, and it'll be a lot easier finding that data that you're looking for on the back end. So those are the competitive advantages we do have, because we realize that every company has different needs. So what a restaurant may have, a hotel may have something totally different, or what a nonprofit may have may be totally different than an escrow company. But we all know that we are able to have the flexibility and the uniqueness to be able to provide innovative solutions. So for instance, if somebody presents us, say, hey, we have a crypto company that we want to we want to get our funds in crypto when we batch out for the day. Can we do this? Yes, but we have to do this, and this. But like Rod mentioned, it is a simple plug and play.
Okay, great.
I'll tell you, to me, the best competitive advantage you could put in place is having a live human to talk to when you have an issue.
Yeah.
It just drives me crazy that everything's email and they get back to you in 4 days, and if even, and it goes into nowhere land.
So that's actually a really good point with our product in particular. So the great thing about this is, and I love how my team is walking the line of not getting in trouble, because I have legal sitting next to me saying, James, don't say anything stupid. But with that being said, that's why when you asked about the products, we can't say anything yet. So because
okay.
we're finalizing some of those things, and some of those things actually have to do with C-suite members. So that's why we haven't released anything just yet. But just to cap everything off in terms of our product and services and our uniqueness, one thing I probably should have mentioned with is that this is an entire Visa, MasterCard approved technology stack. This is a cloud hybrid on-site opportunity or payment opportunity for our customers. Now, when I say this is a Visa, MasterCard approved stack, not many fintechs can say that. Not many fintechs even own their entire stack, let alone allowing them to even play at the higher echelons of having a Visa, MasterCard say, oh, wait a minute, what you guys have to offer actually is something. And, I do want to be clear in saying that, Chip is a cog in a very large machine. And as we start talking about patents and offering global capabilities from day one, the moment the system turns on, these are all partnerships that have been formed over years. Okay, so when we speak about patents and things of those nature, Chip Financial is not the patent holder. However, we have exclusive access to the platforms that power all of these things exclusively in the United States, along with our couple other fintech partners. So being ahead of the curve, being one of the only companies that you can receive real-time payments from, and you don't have to anchor capital in terms of saying, oh, if you guys want real-time payments, you guys have to anchor $100 million here. Not anymore. Payments have now surpassed that, and we can do it securely.
Okay, great. So Ida, as we bring this to closure, what's down the pike for you? Kind of what are your next steps?
Yeah, and tell us about world domination here.
Well, we are so, like James said, he's got legal next to him. I'm looking forward to taking this with the team to a whole nother level, because I wanted to mention, because James didn't mention this, this is not, the mobile technology is not app based. Am I correct, James?
You are correct.
You mean app-based, meaning it's like living on my cell phone versus my computer?
Yeah, essentially, we've gotten rid of the app. You don't need an app. You don't need internet connection to actually form a payment on our text payment platform, which is another unique feature of ours that nobody else can duplicate because, well, the patents are all bundled together. And when you own the patents, or you're a part of the network that owns the patents, it kind of makes it hard for other people to play. So white labeling our services is also something that we're able to do in this space as well for banks, credit unions, fintechs of that nature.
Like, cool. So when do you think, Ida, it's going to be ready to go, ready to rock and roll?
Well, I'm hoping by the end of August. And I hope that date is still is it kind of fluid, James? Is it moving up and down? Because I know from day to day, it depends on what's actually going on.
It changes from day. It changes.
Just say September first.
Yeah, September. Yeah, we'll say September.
Yeah, because we keep, the ship keeps we think, and then we we got to pull back. But I'm looking to take this as like you guys said when I was at a meeting with you guys. I want to take this company in the same direction as C-Suite is taking it. We want to take this globally. I want to take this, across the country, across the world, because this is something that is desperately needed for individual business owners as well as corporate business owners, so everyone can get their money. Because the biggest thing now, and you ladies know that too, sometimes it takes a couple days to get money, and there's bills that need to be paid. And if you had your money in your bank account the next morning when you woke up, that's all to the good. That's all to the good. So,
right, exactly.
I'm just saying.
We love that. So, James, cover your attorney's ears, okay? This is world domination.
Oh no, I'm getting the stink eye.
Yes. So, and I want, and you know what, and this is what we want as a team. We want that world domination, and we want, if anyone has questions or concerns, to feel free to reach out to us.
Tell us your website address.
Okay, James, you want to tell them the website address?
Yeah, sure. It's Chip financial.com. It's not just dash like the regular dash.com. Go on there and it'll just give you a high level of what we have. If you guys are interested, as I said earlier in the podcast, we will be providing you guys with a special email address to actually talk to us at a high level, to be able to kind of get on the beta situations when we start rolling things out at a very fast pace. And we would love to work with both domestic and international businesses. We already have some things in the pipeline for that. So we'd be more than happy to work with any and all of you. And we look forward to building a relationship.
Okay, thank you so much. And so we want to thank Rodney, Jameson, James, and Ida for being with us today. We want to thank you to our sponsors, Google, Converge Technology, who's an IT solutions provider, Manette Law Firm, Woodruff Sawyer, Employee Benefits, and Amplified Professional Services, which is an executive search and IT consulting firm. And thank you for listening. Diane, you want to bring us home?
Yes, thank you for listening. Thank you so much. So hit the subscribe button, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Leave us a review, a good one, please. And this was just an amazing interview. So thank you to Ida and team. Follow us on social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and send us an email. We love hearing from you. media@C-Suite, and that's CSWEET.org. And of course, our website is www.csuite.org. And that's it for today. So thank you so much again for listening. And we look forward to having you join us next time.